Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Samantha. I go by Botanic Bookworm everywhere online. So today's video, I need to reorganize this bookshelf. Um, yeah, there's like all of my book of the month is up here. Well, all except for one. Um, no rhyme or reason. Everything's there from like thrillers to romance to who knows. Everything's there. And then this one, I kind of had originally started just all um, romance, like romantasy, and then it quickly shifted to random things. So yeah, again, no rhyme or reason. This one was originally my dragon books. Now, clearly not all dragons. So yeah, that needs to change. Then just like random mess. I keep going to book events and author events and buying like their whole catalog of books, which is not great because sometimes I don't like them, but the author themselves are so cool and like they are so friendly and it just makes you want to support them. But sometimes I haven't necessarily liked all of their books. For example, this might get me hate, but like I didn't really I liked Light Lark. Um I read Nightbane. I have no idea what happened because it just did not stick. And then I definitely didn't like her latest one, Summer in the City, which sucks because she's so sweet. And I don't know. I didn't vibe with the writing. And nothing wrong with that, it happens, but it also sucks because I bought like all of her books. So yeah, some of those I have on my Pango. I'm gonna go through what I do have on Pango and see if I want to add any more. Right now I have them all on my bottom shelf, but I think I'm going to put them up here so they're out of the way and then I could use that shelf for more books. I definitely want to try to do like, instead of this being separate, kind of have this as an extension of this row. So maybe like all my romance, all my thrillers, just kind of do by genre. But I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work. I also have a few books that I've borrowed from my friends, and she has thousands of books. So she's not really missing it. But at the same time, I don't know if I'm ever going to. Oh my gosh. Oh, this one's mine. Things are falling. I don't know if I'm ever going to get to reading them. So I might just give these back to her so she has them back in her possession. I have that one and I believe Haunting Adeline. But I did want to read this, but I think it's on Kindle Unlimited, so I might just give this back to her so I have space and I'll just read it on there. Other than that, yeah, I think I just need, like, I have like a random arc that somebody sent me on Pango. Haven't read this one. It's from 2023. I think it has good ratings on like Goodreads and stuff, but yeah, I don't know if I'm ever going to read this. And you're not supposed to sell arcs, so I don't know. I might just, I don't know, see if somebody wants it like on Instagram or something. But yeah, other than that, I have like, I have multiple copies of Onyx Storm, which is not my favorite book in the Fourth Wing series. So I think what I'm going to do, I have this one from the UK, and the only reason why I wanted it is because I love this like beautiful art. But is that worth it? Is that worth keeping this? I don't know. I might just sell it. I don't know. We'll see. But I have like the regular edition, which I'll never get rid of because I did get to see Rebecca Yarros in person and it was such a cool event. And this one is signed by her, so I won't get rid of this. And then I have like the random Target version that was like so hard to get. And then I randomly found it and I'm just like, why did I buy it? I already have this copy and it's like a different edition, but it's not great. And I don't like the fact that they like ripped off art to make that a book. So I might get rid of those two and just keep the one that I had. Other than that, I don't know. Let's see. So join me in rearranging this mess and let's see how it goes. here I have 2 copies of 3 of these Throne of Glass books. So I'm planning on getting the original covers of these, and I've been finding them, of course, secondhand and collecting them as I go. But I'm going to get the current published ones on my Pango so they can be sold, and hopefully I can just use that money to buy more. But they're not in bad shape. I mean, I think they look cool, and yeah. Clearly, I like romance books, but even more clearly, I like. Well, this is not. Okay. Even more clearly, I enjoy romantasy. Um, I don't have them all switched yet. Like this pile here is my possible let go. These are Courtney's that I need to give to her. Most of these are romantasy though, so they kind of go along with this. But we shall see. I have dystopian, thrillers, mysteries. This is also thriller mystery. Let me just book this right here. Horrors, which not very much, and then other just like fiction. I need to check some of the I guess I could do historical fiction too. I need to check what their actual genre is, so I will be doing that. Good morning. It is very early the next day. I had family come over. I had family come over for dinner, so I didn't really get to film much after that. But I did put things in order. I realized afterwards that I had like my ACOTAR stuff was all out of whack. My the 3 that I do have of a Throne of Glass series. Sorry, it's early. The 3 I have of this were all out of order. I just had things like not in the right place. I was just like, get them on there. We'll deal with it afterwards, which is fine. So I did kind of put things in order. So right now, this top one up here are some of my favorite books. I think I might end up moving Crescent City somewhere else. Throne of Glass. It took me a few books to get into it, but now I am fully invested. I'm also fully invested in getting the original covers, which I've already gone over in the video, so I'm not going to go into more detail on that. But so I am like gonna get Air Fire next when I find it, and like I'm using my Pango bucks to get it, so I'm selling books to get it. I don't know how it just works, girl math, you know. Um, I put my little knickknacks up. I didn't go crazy, so there's no more Labubus on here. They are now in my room and they'll be displayed in their own little way. But after I put all these up, I sold 11 books on Pango. Like I put I put quite a few books up there. Um and then someone was just like, add to cart, and they put 11 books in there. They're like, if you put all these down for $5, can I get it? And it was like, I have a little discount going on right now. So if you spend over 50, then you get free shipping. And she was like, would I be able to get free shipping? And I was like, well, yeah, because it would be $55. So yeah. So yeah, now I have to find a box that's big enough to send all of these books. But she picked out some um, pretty pretty good books. I mostly put them on there if I feel like I'm not going to read them again or I didn't rate them like super high. So that's kind of how I go about my Pango. I did put the three um Throne of Glass books, the first three. I did put those ones on there in the new published books. Other than that, yeah, I just wanted to display my favorite books of all time. So I also want to display The Night and the Moth, but I think I would have to find another place for these to be able to fit that here. It's right here right now, but I definitely would like to change that up. So I just want them on display. I just don't have the space. I'm in a tiny apartment. I share with my boyfriend and his brother, so I don't want to take up too much space. Granted, this is against the wall, but it's still like you walk in and you see my books. So don't want to do too much. They don't mind, but I just feel bad. But ideally, I would like this whole section just books. Like I have a space here and I have this corner here, and this is kind of like my little reading nook. It's a mess right now, don't judge me. So it's kind of my little reading nook that I like to read and film books here. I have plants up top. And then I did rearrange the Pango. So I'll show you the Pango shelf. So I'll show you what that looks like now. But for right now, it's all sort of in order. Eventually, I will get to the point where I can put them in alphabetical order and know exactly where things are. Um, but my tiny brain has not figured out how I can do that, how I want to do that. We have a 3D printer, so I'm thinking of printing like those cute little, it almost looks like a little street sign, but it hangs and it'll say like romance, thriller, and it's just really cute. And I would like to incorporate something like that. I would also like another shelf, a big shelf, so I can do the little book nooks because those are so cute. And yeah, right now I'm working with what I got, and it's a lot of books and a small amount of space. So it works. It looks a lot cleaner. Everything has a place. And yeah, let me show you what our Pango looks like. Pango shelf. So like I was saying, I did put the Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, and Assassin's Blade in here. I am selling my special edition of Wicked. I didn't like it. And I don't know, it's a big book. I felt like it was taking up a lot of space, so I did throw that in there. And then Rewind It Back. It's signed by her. I think this one is personalized. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But I have the original, like the indie published ones here. And I don't mind that. So that's where those are going to go. Then I do have like other romance here that I haven't really gotten into. I think none of these. Oh yeah, I have the Conditions of Will and Variation are the only two that I've read on this shelf. The rest are like indie authors or just ones I haven't gotten into. And I do have my like thriller section here, and then this one is more of like fiction, like historical fiction, those types of things. But books that I really either love, like The Nightingale, The Lion Women of Tehran, The Women, of course. Kristen Hanna just knows how to write. So I have a few of her books that I haven't read there. So I haven't read like The Handmaid's Tale, Tina Turner's what is it called? Oh my god, I see a spider. Okay, sorry, we're back. I got distracted by a spider. I'm literally up so early this morning because I had a dream about a spider and then now I just saw one and I swear I can like sense them. I have my own spidey sense. Anyways, So I had a whole thing with this Mile High series. This one I had in my possession. My friend went to the signing. She was able to get it signed for me, and I had it in this little area. My air conditioner leaked, and so there's water damage on that book, and it makes me so freaking sad. And then I was able to get Play Along and The Right Move signed by her when I met her for Rewind It Back. Um, and then they didn't have the original published books of these, the indie published books. So then I had to order Caught Up and Rewind It Back. And then when I got Rewind It Back, it was so tiny. I think it was like the UK version and it didn't match. So I had to send that one back. Finally got the right size, but now I have all of them. So that feels good. I didn't want to start again and then have to get all these signed again. So I was like, well, I'll just have a few that I need to get signed when I meet her again, hopefully. I think she does a lot of events, so that's going to be nice. My poor little tiny horror section here. It's the tiniest little thing. It's from here to here. I need to expand on it, but I mostly listen to horror books. I feel like it's easier for me to like get into it that way. Then I have a few, like I have the New Mexico ghost stories just from home, and then I have like La Llorona ghost stories from the Southwest. And like that was a indie author that I got to meet at a random little bookshop that's no longer open, sadly. But at least I have those cute little memories, and of course it's from New Mexico, and of course it's like haunted. So that's where I'm from. But yeah, I love it. I am so happy with how it turned out. I just need a bigger shelf or more shelves, and then I'll be able to make it really cute. But for right now, it's just jam packed with books, but it looks good. All right, so thank you for hanging out with me while I tore down everything and put it all back. Yeah, I'm happy with how it turned out, so I think we're good to go there. Hopefully, I'll get another shelf and then I'll film it. But for right now, this is what it is. Thank you for joining me and hanging out with me while I got this done, and I hope to see you around. Bye. Oh, like and subscribe.